Libra.
Hello Libra, this is your forecast for April 2014, and this month is going to be a big relationship month for you. We have the sun just going now through your 7th house for committed relationships, partnerships, and all those relationships that are tightly bound one by one. So it could be a partner that you collaborate with as well. But this month here, not only is it going to be good and expanding this area of your chart, but here already at the very top of the month, expect the unexpected. Expect a big surprise taking place here in this area when the sun will conjunct with Uranus. And Uranus always denotes change, and we like change. We need change. That's what gets us up and moving forward. So you'll just have to see how that's going to pan out for you. We also have quite an intense month here this month, Libra. This is a big month to actually cut through some of the issues that's been ongoing for several months. You know, those outer planets that are facing up towards each other with squares and oppositions and so forth. We have a whole intense week there towards the end of April. We'll be going through that day by day so you can see what's up. So you'll probably be feeling it here in the upcoming weeks of April, that something is starting to stir. And for you, these changes, the major ones, will be between home, relationships, and also career. This is where things can expand upon for you. So, but it's also nice to see now that Jupiter is moving forward. You will feel that your career might now start to take a little jolt and move forward as well. That started March 6th. So if you're listening to this on the March side of the forecast, you might already feel that you're starting to grow little wings here that can take you to new heights. Now, this area is only visited by Jupiter once every 12 years. So this is the time for you to really make the most out of it. Keep your eye on the horizon for whatever opportunities are out there, because this can really bring you to a good spot that you can harvest for all the next 12 years. It might have been a little sleeping for you. Jupiter has been retrograde several months. You started probably really well on some of this here last year towards the autumn until Jupiter did go retrograde, but now it's going to be picking up here also an aspect April 1st when the sun is going to be squaring off on Jupiter, so it might be some decision coming in. It could be also that you might be receiving some opportunity or some challenge, but you're going to have to make a decision. If you're not quite sure on the 1st what to do with it, don't rush, because maybe, just maybe, that unexpected insight that we're looking at here on the 2nd might put things on the map for you, and you will feel that much easier to navigate, because I see you on the 3rd expressing, communicating, maybe having an interview or speaking with somebody in authority. And I feel all of this is job related, but it could also have to do with your relationship. But there is a very important communication here on the 3rd, where Mercury and Saturn being mastery, you know, it's what you master within yourself, your own inner authority, but it's also the authority of those who are in the places where you're needing to kind of secure and anchor in. See, and that has everything to do with your financial aspects. So it's quite important. Saturn is shaping up this area of your chart for income, the money that you earn on a monthly basis, and also your self-worth. Not to mention, you've been working on this self-esteem thing for the last year and a half, coming up shortly on 2 years. We will have this in your area of the 2nd house to the end of 2014. So you're structuring, you're securing, and this communication here coming from Mercury, well, it does have to do with work, okay? So that is good. And you'll know already on the very same day here when the sun is also being a little bit challenged here by Jupiter. No, by Pluto. You had Jupiter the day before on the 1st. Here on the 3rd, you have Pluto doing. And then on the 5th, Venus is moving out of Aquarius, where it's been here in March, and that has been your 5th house. So March has been a very happy month for you, where you might have been able to take just a little extra time off to do those things that you love to do when you have all that extra spare time to do your hobbies or spend with friends or spend with your children. Might have been a big children month for you here in March. But Venus now is moving out of that area, moving into the 6th house. So April will be all about finding your rhythm on your day-to-day routines, streamlining it so you can find more harmonious balance. Venus is all about convenience and love, what we love to do, and 6th house also has to do with health, fitness, diets, and so forth. So you might give yourself a little bit more love this month when it has to do with those areas as well. On the 7th, well, then we have Mercury also changing signs. It's ingressing into Aries, where it's been now in March, spending time here in the sign of Pisces. And in March here in Pisces, you were like a little bit all over the place, kind of seeking out those little antennas, going out, trying to pluck those things that spiritually harmonize with you. And now it's all about kicking it into action. You know, Aries is Mars. It's action, drive, ambition, goals, and so forth. So your mind's going to be ticking along a totally different road. And I think you'll like it because it is actually wrapping things together and moving forward, not just dreaming it as in March. April is going to be all about initiating things, and you're ready for it. On the 8th, talk about being ready. Not only has Mercury gone into Aries, which is a Mars sign, but on the 8th, the Sun is going to be opposing Mars. Okay, so this is you here, and this is Mars there, and it's really asking you, okay, so what is it you really want to do? Are you sure you want to go this direction? And when we have oppositions and squares, it really revs up our engines. Sure, we love the sextiles, we love the trines, because they're so mellow and easygoing and things just come to us, but nothing really much needs to particularly happen under the harmonious aspects. It's when we got the squares, it's when we got the oppositions that we see action take place. So you're kicking into action here and focusing on the drive that you want to go, where you want to end up. Even though Mars now, you know, is retrograde and will be to May 20th, it's still active, okay? There's still drive there. You might just have to really go a little deeper to bring it up and out. But on the 12th, you got Venus and Neptune doing the dance. They are conjunct. Great night for date night, to go do something very romantic, something special. For you, this area will be here in the sign of Pisces. It's the 6th house, so you might want to go to a special restaurant with a good diet, with great foods, and with atmosphere that is romantic. You might just cook something very special there at home as well, but it's that sweet inner music that we so love. Best night, evening of the month. On the 14th here, we're looking at Mercury now, asking yourself the very question that started off the month, okay, when the Sun and Jupiter gave you an opportunity, presented something. Now Mercury's questioning it. Mercury's our thoughts, our linear way of thinking. And Jupiter is this big new room we're moving into. And what is beautiful is that Jupiter is now moving forward. So you're asking yourself, okay, is this what I want? How can I adjust it? Mercury will always analyze things. And on this very same day, you're going to get Mercury conjuncting Uranus. Now, it's kind of like a replica of the 1st and 2nd, excuse me, at the top of the month, because then you had Sun, Jupiter square, you had Sun conjunct Uranus. Now you're having Mercury and Jupiter So on the 14th, it's a little interesting because it's like revisiting top of the month, okay, 2 weeks later. Top of the month, you had the Sun squared Jupiter, and you had the Sun conjunct Uranus. Now Mercury's going to do the very same thing, so you're going to be questioning yourself a little bit. It's Mercury squaring off on Jupiter, and you're asking yourself, okay, is this what I really want? You know, Mercury can be very analytical, And on the very same day, Mercury is also going to be conjuncting Uranus. So your answer is going to come that much faster to you. Top of the month, you might have had to wait a day to really figure it out. But here today, on the 14th, all of this is coinciding, so it's going to be very exciting for you. And then Mercury also, the following day, will be squaring up on Pluto. So we have the same thing top of the month as we have mid-month, and you really want to pay attention to those thoughts, because it's Mercury, and also Mercury's opposing Mars. So there's changes, there's shifts, there's decisions to be made. And what I always like to say, if there's ever any doubt, listen to your doubt. That is your guides looking out for you. Doubt only means that all information may not fully be present quite yet. Okay, there's something working behind the scenes. So if you can hold off until you feel that this beautiful inspiration coming from above and giving you that clarification where just your intuition is saying yes. Okay, so here mid-month, something is building, and it's going to be a quite intense month, and I've told the other sun signs this too, because we're all going to feel it. Okay, this means you too. So this whole week is building up to what is coming from the 20th and onwards. Mercury now is going to start questioning things. There might be something that feels a little bit at unease, but all of this is good. I just want to tell you that right off the bat, that it's all good, because whatever's taking place now this month, as intense as it is, it's helping you to finally break through, because you've been working on some of this very same issue for several months. Okay, it was intense there towards the end of summer, autumn last year. Then New Year's, it came around again. Here we go. We're in April, and it's all re-happening. Okay, so it's an old situation, not necessarily a new one. But you know what? We have on the 18th. So if you can hold off on making any important decisions there, 14th through 18th, that's good. On the 18th, Venus, which is love and money and security and all those good things, you know, that we can feel deeply within us, is going to come in, and it's going to draw security from Jupiter. Jupiter is going to give you that intuition that I was mentioning, where suddenly you can see it. Okay, we only doubt when we're in the blind or something is foggy, but it's going to give you an insight. And then also Venus will be sextiling Pluto, and Pluto is that point of transformation, and this whole month is about transformation. It's transforming those very topics, issues that's been an ongoing theme for you between the area of career, relationships, and your home life. Okay, so there's a lot of new things now trying to break through. Okay, and it hurts when those buds burst, right? But it's a good thing. It's new life, new ways, new opportunities, and in order to get there, well, then we do have to let go of something, right? So the 18th, I feel, is a very, very powerful day for you, Libra. You want to mark that on your calendar, because throughout the month until this time, there's going to be signals. You might hear it in form of communications, conversations, and then here we go on the 20th. Here we're leading up to that very busy time of the month when the sun moves into Taurus. Now Taurus doesn't give us the same flexibility as we had when everything was now going through Aries. The sun passing through Aries gives us initiation. It gives us a feeling of we can do this. You know, it's that Marsy drive. But it coming into Taurus, then suddenly it's like, well, I need to hang on to my security. I need to hang on to what is safe and sure and sound financially too, because Taurus is a very financial sign. For you, Taurus comes up in your 8th house, which is also a financial house. So for you, that might mean more to you than it does for the other sun signs. So let's take a look at what's going on here. On the 20th, Jupiter is going to square Uranus. Jupiter wants to expand and Uranus wants to change. It wants to liberate from some old pattern, which is good. If you're ready to change now, if you're ready to get into that new chapter of your life. This is beautiful. It is liberating. It is great. It's like throwing off the chains. Jupiter, though, will also be opposing Pluto on the very same day. So as Uranus wants to liberate, Pluto is where we've been. It's our track record. It's that deep sense inside for need for control. So the more you feel a need for control and have felt that in the past, Jupiter is coming here wanting to expand this whole issue of control and power. That might be uncomfortable for some of you. Not all of you. Some of you might be really happy to finally just surrender certain things so you can let go. And you know what's going to help you let go? And we want to be very grateful, thankful for these energies, because one thing is to assimilate all this energy within ourselves. When the planets aren't there to support us, we can still push through things, but they're coming like midwives right now. Uranus, that's wanting to liberate this control issue of Pluto, is coming in squaring Pluto. That just makes things very quick, because it's not like a long dragged out birth, okay? Some people can take hours and maybe even days to give birth, but Uranus comes as a midwife that, like that. It's like a cesarean, all done within a few minutes. Very quickly can things fall into place on the 21st. So the 20th might be a little shaky. 21st, here comes the resolve. And to help it, Mars, your drive, action, your goals and ambitions too, is all coming together here, also squaring off on Jupiter. Now, Jupiter was squaring off on Uranus. So Jupiter is all about fairness. And there might be questions about fairness. What is fair to you? What is fair to the other party here? And which parties are we talking about? Well, Jupiter is in your 10th house for career. You want something to be fair there. You're wanting to expand that area. And then Pluto is the home area, and that's where you have this power, I won't say power struggle, but it could be, especially because Uranus in the 7th house is trying to liberate maybe some of this power struggle. Say that one of you, if you're married, is working, the other one isn't, you haven't had your money, they've had their money, and then okay, the control has gone to that partner who has the money, the other one is being hanging a little bit dry, and there's been pressure building over a long time. These planets have taken their time to get here. But here comes Jupiter opening up, here comes work, there's income coming in, Saturn is structuring your financial level, and then suddenly by you seeing that you're starting now to at least be able to see light in the tunnel, that there's more money coming in, that might just evoke some insecurities, if there is insecurity between you and your partner. For those of you having a very, very solid relationship where you don't have the power struggles of who's bringing, money home, well, then that's very liberating. It's like, yes, time to celebrate. We're breaking through. We're creating this new life. Now suddenly we'll be seeing 2 incomes coming in. So that shouldn't really evoke insecurity in a partner. Your partner should be really happy for this instead. So that depends a little bit on your partner as well. So you do definitely want to go listen to your partner's forecast for this month, just to see where his or her aspects of this whole stellium is acting out in his or her chart. Okay, 22nd, yes, Mars is squaring up on Jupiter, so it's really bringing things more so into a balance, and your Mars is in your 1st house. So this is you, your personality, and you're wanting to move forward. You're wanting to actually now stipulate and create a foundation of action, drive, goal, and ambition in your life. And you've been so driven here just as of late, until March came around, and then March turned to Mars retrograde, which it will be, like I said, to May 20th. But it's still active. It rules this house, so it's getting a little power from the house, not just the planet. So I see how you're balancing now to put yourself out there on the market, so to speak, showing that you have a rising star, rising energy, and people are seeing how everything you've worked for a long time is coming together, and now you can start projecting it. That is great, Libra. Then we also have Mars splitting off from Uranus. Now Mars is your 1st house, that's you and your personality and Uranus is your relationship. There's something there in your relationship, in this opposition, that can work either way. Hopefully for the best for most of you in there, because Uranus liberates, so it could be a great liberation. It's like the chains are suddenly, released, and now we can celebrate that things are going to start off in this new area. For others, if those of you, hopefully not, that are in a power struggle with a partner, well, that can just create this spark of your partner perhaps turning a little insecure, which then here comes dominance, so especially when Pluto is here, because your very Mars is squaring off on Pluto in the home. So as you're wanting to lift and rise here, Pluto in the home here is maybe wanting to hold you back, not maybe wanting you to grow that much right now. But see, if somebody's ever trying to cut your wings and hold you back from growing, what does that say? Okay? So for some of you, you might just say, I'm not putting up with this. You trust yourself, your skills, talents, and abilities. And what you're worth and what you can do. So you might just choose to, take a different path and liberate from all of it. This is how it can pan out for some of you. For those of you in a solid, great relationship, well then it's just whatever circumstances that have been binding here between work, home, money, and balancing and shoring up, well then that should just open up a beautiful new era for the two of you. So you can see there's intensity. Very special month here for you, Libra. We have the new moon in your 8th house having to do with joint resources. So you and your partner will be speaking about trying to figure out how you could share or divide your whatever common properties and monies and so forth. The full moon is coming in here on April 15th. For you, it's going to be on your income. So a lot about money, a lot about work, a lot about sharing, a lot about how you're interacting with your partner this month. For those of you who are not in a relationship, I get these questions, what about us? Not in a relationship, and we don't have children, and so what about us? Well, it still works for you, but it won't probably come through a committed partner, your spouse. But the relationship, the primary relationship that we all have is first and foremost ourselves. How are you dealing with you? What partnership do you have with you? Are you your best friend? Are you listening to that good inner self-talk that lifts you up in spirit? Or do you have an inner partner that talks yourself down and gives you a lot of negative insight? So you still have a relationship at all times. Having a marriage partner or a romantic partner, that's just secondary. That's outside of yourself. So just so you know, this is also for you who are not in relationships this month. So anyway, listen, I'm really excited about what's coming up here next month in May, because as you are now cresting and breaking through this of what you have been working for so long, I'm so excited now to be able to share with you exactly what you can expect from May and then onwards, because we are breaking through globally. Every single one of us are going to be feeling the intensity this month, and so let's make it good. We all have personal power choices, don't we? So have a good one. Do listen to your moon and your rising sign, and do subscribe and hit like if this has been good insights for you. Bye now.
Do you follow Karen's daily scopes yet? If not, and wonder what they hold, click the sample link below and listen to both the Astro Scope and Tarot Scope, and get a feel for what you can expect in your love, career, and financial outlook for today.